Hello everyone and welcome to my stream. I don't think anyone's here yet, but yeah, today we are going to be working on some character animations. Partially for I've put the anime AI on hold, mostly because I have a midterm on Friday, which is 3 days from now, and character animations are going to be on it, so I want to do some practice and get things right before I am in an exam setting. So those who've never seen the stream before, I'm a student, third year game student. This is my second Unity course, and we are starting to get into the more complex stuff like blend trees and character animators, and not just the basics of moving transforms around and getting into code. So I've downloaded from the asset store this free Fightbot thing. I felt it would match the game best. So if I show you, right now it's just from overhead, but eventually he'll be running around, and the animations aren't set up, obviously. He's just in his T-pose. So we're going to set that up today, hopefully, and if I run into any bumps or bruises, I would love any help anyone can offer, and we'll see. I also have someone here working on my furnace, so if I have to leave suddenly, I'm just letting him in or out. So, okay, so we're going to start working on this animator. So, the first thing that I pretty much have to do is my animations have all the animations are missing. So I'm just going to go through and hook them all up. And it doesn't seem to be able to find them. Okay, so in my project I have these robot animations. So this may be an old version of, this is from an old version of Unity, this robot, so I'm hoping that it'll work out. Okay, so what I want to do is go back to my robot here and start dragging these in. Yeah, these aren't even animation clips. What are they? Okay, this guy will not work. So I'm going to kill him. Please drag him out. I'll see what I can do here. Okay, animations. Okay, well, they are animations. Let's get this guy big enough for you guys to see. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. It looks like the animations are sub-objects of these things. So I wonder if we can split these out. No, don't cancel. Don't do that. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how this model was originally set up, so I'm going to guess idle 0. But I don't know why this is not working here. I'm wondering if I can drag these in after I've opened them all. Okay. Looks like I can. Okay, so we're gonna get these all set up here. So we have loop idle, jump. Maybe I'm just, because they're named very simple, they are here, and I'm just not noticing them. Yep, there they are. Okay. So here are my animations. I've just got to figure out what they were set up as. They had this script here that came with it, so it said what they were. So it looks like loop idle, loop run funny, and loop walk funny. It's the first three. Loop funny. I hope I'm doing that in the right order. Because my memory is bad already. Yeah, idle, run, walk. Then we have street fight, or combo street fight. Kick, jump right, kick low right. Kick. Combo street fight. Kick. Jump right, kick low right. Then it was punch high left, punch high right, defense head. So punch high right, punch high left. Defense head. Final head, jump, exit, body head. So, final head, jump, exit, body head. Jump. Line to letting me jump. X hit body and then X hit head. So we go. It's missing one. But this should, if I re-enable this script here, when I play, I should be able to play my animations. Okay, so it's also clicking to move at the same time, but you get the idea. So, jump, hit body, hit head, high right. Okay, so we've hooked up all these animations. And I don't know why that's not killing them anymore. This is my sphere collider. Okay, well, we got those hooked up for the script anyway. so that's not how I want to do it though. I want to use an animator. So, how do I do that? I have to go back a couple slides. So we're going to open a browser. And fix this for you guys. Okay, so we want to know about animator controllers. Okay, so we're going to create a new animator controller. And I'm going to do this in my prefab here. So, an animator controller. And it's going to be overload character animator controller. Long name, amazing results. Okay, so we have any state, the entry state, an exit state, etc. So we're going to add some new states. So we're going to have an idle state. And we'll name that idle. And it's going to use idle from that guy. And why didn't it take it? Because I didn't hit enter. Okay, why are you not taking it? Loop idle? Do I need to drag you? Maybe I need to drag it. Okay, let's go back to these animations. Loop idle. That is weird. Okay, so out of Google. Animator controller. Not accepting animation. As you can see, I don't know exactly what I'm doing. So, a motion should be an animation. I can choose this one, but it won't let me, and it'll keep it. But it won't let me keep this one. It just says none. And I don't know why. So let's try to use some animations for something else I've downloaded. That sounds good. Let's see if that even works. Okay, so we're just going to enter the idle state, which will run this animation at speed 1 upon entry. So we're going to give this animator controller. So I put that in my prefabs. So we're going to give this animator controller to our overload character. And the avatar is this guy. Sorry, looking up something on the side here from my slides. Okay, might be able to just delete this. I should have done a bit more research before starting today. Hi, The Real Denon. This is an arcade project, arcade game. It's for a school project. Basically, right now I'm just testing from up above, but you're going to be a character that's will eventually move the camera around. But your character is going to move around clicking on colored tiles, and those colored tiles will kill enemies that are spawning from the corners. So that explosion was just to test the death explosion. So they come out of the corners, and you can move and step on the tiles. I just was playing with the speed, so I'm going to get caught. But once you hit all the tiles of that color, so if I get out here before I die, it'll now kill all the teal ones, but because they killed me, I died first. So I'll go fix my movement script here. And this is what I was playing with. And that's way too big now. So you can click to move, and as you click things, you'll be able to kill those different guys. I get the yellow ones now. These yellow guys will die. They explode. after a little sound effect plays. Die after a little delay. So it's going to be something like Q*bert meets Pac-Man, where these guys will eventually have real AI and not just chasing me randomly, and you'll have to evade them. But so all we've done so far, we're about 15 hours or so into the project, is what you see. So the character can use point and click to move, and there's not even an end condition. We've got a scoring system that keeps track of the score. It's printing a lot of death streak timers here. Oh yeah, I commented out the score, but we've got a score being kept track of, but we don't have the GUI yet. So because it's a school project, I kind of have to meet certain milestones at certain times. So today we're trying to work on, mostly me. I say we because you're watching. I'm working on the character controller for, or not the character controller, the animations. So unfortunately, I don't know animations very well and how to set them up. So what I did was, so far, is I downloaded this guy. I got him into my game. He came with a script. I hooked up the animations, and the script was playing those animations whenever you clicked a button. So that was good. But I want to be using the new animation trees. Blend tree, specifically. So I have this overload character controller, which for some reason is not even showing up. Open. Does anybody know how to go side to side in these things? I'm pretty sure everything disappeared off to the side, but I can't see it. Like, I had stuff set up in it, and they're not even in both of these controllers, and they're not even showing up. Like, there's no states. I can't even edit it, and I have no idea why. Anyway, okay, so I took that off. Ella, good girl. All done? I'll be right back. Okay, now it shows up. Okay, in the avatar. How does one create an avatar for your character? Avatar creation. Okay, so if I go into the rig of the model, I think this is what I dragged in. The rig. I can go humanoid, create from this model, and apply. And that'll create a avatar for me, hopefully. So I go in here, robot avatar. Okay. Okay, so I've got my animator now set up with my idle state. It might allow these animations now that I've made an avatar and made it humanoid. No, okay. I still don't know what's going on there. Won't let me use certain animations, but I'm going to use a different animation to just check and see if that worked. So we've got an idle animation from another model that we're throwing in here, and we're just going to see if this can animate now. So when I enter the game, it should, see on entry, it should enter the idle state and play the idle animation. So let's see if that happens. Okay, it doesn't, and I think it's because my animator controller is on here and not on here. Copy component. Did that work? Okay. Okay, let's see if this works now. Does not. Okay. Okay, I know that. I know that. Once I get it set up, I can work with the trees no problem. I just always mix up how to get it set up. Maybe I need a different model because this is essentially a legacy model. It doesn't know how to set this up. So let me try. I'm going to use the other model I have from this boxer guy. Where's the FPX? There. I'm going to put this Modus Man in instead. So I'm going to delete this thing. And I'm going to add the Modus Man. Okay. And he's going to use his animator. So I need a new animator controller, which I've already called Overload Character Controller. So we'll hook that up. Going to use his avatar. We're going to scale him up because he's too small. And we'll see if he enters his idle state. Okay, so he does. So yeah, it was because I was using the wrong guy with the wrong thing. So I'm going to remove this component because it's got the robot avatar, so it's not obviously being used. Okay, so now we've got this guy in his idle state. And I want to, when I click to move, I want him to face the direction and play his running animation. Right? So, let's see. So, we'll go back to our animator controller here. And we're going to need to add some parameters for how we're going to transition between different animation states. So right now we enter the game and we immediately play the idle animation. Okay, so the idle animation will always be playing right off the bat. So we're going to need a new state, first of all. And we're going to make an empty state. And we'll call it running. Okay, and we're going to hook up a parameter. And it's going to be a float move speed. Okay. And it's 0.0 at the moment. And we're going to transition to the running state as move speed increases. So we're going to make a transition to running from idle. And then we double click on that. And condition move speed is greater than 0. We're going to go into running. And we're going to widen this out. Okay, and running's animation is going to be this boxer. I thought I had more animations for him. Run. Nope. Who are we talking about, Carol? You're all done? Awesome. Sorry, I'll be right back. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I am back. I just had my furnace guy here today, so I had to let him out, and he was telling me I was a bad boy for not changing my filter often enough, so I had to write that down. Okay, so we are working on setting up these animations for our character, as we say up there. So the running state, I was looking for a walking animation, but I could not find one. So I'm gonna go with humanoid walk and hope that works. I know it says running, but we'll rename that to walking. Okay, so we're gonna play our walking animation, and we're gonna do that when our move speed is greater than 0. Okay, and that's the transition time between them, so we'll preview that. And it doesn't even play the walk animation, so that's not good. Humanoid walk, humanoid run. Oh, do I have to set it to 2? Like... yeah. So it is not finding this animation. So I'm going to go back to the Unity store and see. So I'm using this guy right now, and it only has these animations, which I need a moving animation. Although these are really cool death animations. So let me figure out my rig here. My professor had used this exact same guy and hooked up some walking and running animations, but they didn't appear to be in my package that I downloaded. So let's go. I'm just gonna bring you into my fold here. See, he's got humanoid idol working. This is a blend tree, but he ends up using somewhere in here he actually selects what animations to do. Yeah, see, he's got MOB, M1 walk, M1 jog, and the one I got only has these ones, so I think I grabbed the wrong guy. So we're going to head back to the asset store and look up Boxer. And we're going to sort by price because I have no money. I'm making a arcade game where you click on all the tiles, you move around, and I just killed all the 3 red tiles, so it kills any red block guys. And so I'm working on getting this character controller. Working on improving the character controller and the animations for the character now. So we have like a Tron style game, so I was looking for like a sci-fi guy. So right now he's just walking around with his idle animation playing, but I need to find some animations that work with this guy. Anyway, that's the game so far. So back to the asset store. So I need character that has some animation in it. And this Boxer guy is not here anymore at all. Take out that. Looking for a character. Why are you resetting my entire search when I hit back once?
Hey guys, this is Alex from 3D.
Do you have move? Mixamo? Probably. I can look anywhere you guys suggest. I just don't know what I'm doing. Mixamo. Adobe. Okay, thank you for doing nothing. I probably have an Adobe login. I'm just gonna bring that over here. Yes, I know it's you, Pevin. I wanted to not throw people off. I wanted to throw people off by thinking that you didn't know me. Just logging in over here so you guys don't see my credentials. Figure out my password. No, I don't want to add a mobile number. I'm new here. I'm new here. Okay, bring you back over here. Browse animations. Okay, so free test pack, I'm guessing. Oh, hello. Yes, she's dancing. Okay, is there a regular male locomotion pack? Okay, Pavin, you're gonna have to tell me how to use this thing, so I don't waste a ton of time in here. Okay. So if I want it, I heart it. I don't really care if they're male, I just want them to be superhero, I don't know. Oh, these are like crazy. Okay. Jumping. Yeah, let's make a cool tumble jump. Okay. Wall run. Yeah, I just need running. Where's a run animation? Okay, it's like a zombie run. Okay, let's do this one. Jump. Okay, I see. That's really all I really need. Idle. All animations. Let's do happy idle. Okay. So how do I make this a group? How do I get these animations into Unity? Click on it, add to pack. Click on it, add to pack. Add to pack. into my assets. My assets. Queue download. FBX for Unity. T-pose. Don't know why it had to queue the download and not just give me the download, but so we're going to school. No. Game dev, Unity, overload, assets. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty sure I did. There were 3 in the pack. We'll see. We'll see. So assets, beta. It's not that many folders. It's just these are all downloaded things. Everything else is pretty normal. Okay, why didn't it put the animations in there? Makes it no. Without skin. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Animation pack. That's probably what I want. Yeah. Just gonna extract that here. Then we'll fix all this in a second. Okay, so we've got our beta character and her 3 animations. Okay, so we're going to go back to here and delete this because it's already there. And then I'm going to make a new folder. Create folder. Downloaded assets. I don't know why it opened that, but okay. Okay, yeah. Ignore all, please. Stop asking stupid questions. Visual Studio. Okay, and then I'm going to make a new folder. For models. And we're going to put our beta model inside of it. So now we can go into models, beta, and we've got our model. Okay, so I'm going to kill this dude. We're going to add the beta model as a sub thing of our character. She's got an animator. I'm going to change this animator controller to my overload character controller. Animator controller. Controller animator. And then we go back to the scene. She's there. We press play. Okay, so that's okay because I haven't hooked up the controller properly. So prefabs, overload character controller. So my idle state is not going to be that. It's going to be the Mixamo idle, whatever it ended up being called. Which is happy idle, jumping, running. So happy idle is what I'm looking for here. And if we press play, this should work. Yeah, so she's all happy there. Okay, sounds good. And then if we go back to the animator, our walking animation is not going to be humanoid run, it's going to be running. And so I still have to hook up that parameter to be my character's speed. Okay, and I also need her to be bigger because she is not quite fitting in the camera properly. There we go. So she's... And then we're going to pause and see if she's hovering over the scene, which she is. So we have to move her down. Okay, character. So beta needs to move down. Probably 0.5. It'll be 0.75 because I am in the air that much. Close enough. She's hovering over the ground, but whee. Blow them all up. Such beautiful explosions that are just a default explosion with their particles. Whack. Okay. So, back to our controller. So our walking animation's running. And we transition to running when our move speed is greater than 0. And oh, I'm sorry. I have no audio equalization or skill at it, so I apologize to everyone listening to it. I am but a lowly student, I am not a professional streamer. Okay, so if move speed is greater than 0, I'm going to transition into walking. And how do I hook this up to code? animating parameter through code. Okay, so we're going to set our float for the animator to be equal to our current speed in code in this manner. Okay, so I need to have an animator component on my character controller, which I do, believe I do. Or is it on beta? Yeah, it's on beta. So I'll have to link it up. So we have a serialized field that is private, not const, and it is an animator. Animator. And I'll make this big enough so you guys can see. This is the serialized field. It's like the macros in Unreal, but it puts it into the editor. So when I go here, the serialized field will show up here and you can edit it in the editor without going into your code. So my current speed, acceleration here are both available here. And I just noticed that consts can't be serialized. So this is the animator. This is like, you could make it public, and that's absolutely fine, but what happens is you can now change it with other scripts code as well. So if you have it as a serialized private, then you can only change it in this CS file manually, like by changing the value here, or by changing it here. But if it's public as well as serialized, then you can change it from other scripts. So the tile script could have a reference to the script and change its current speed, which you typically don't want to do, because the tiles should not be telling the character how fast it's moving. The animator for the character. Okay, and so I save this, come back here. Hopefully this will reset. Sometimes you have to click off and back on. There we go. So the animator is going to be this one. How do I do that? Beta. That should be okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. So I've set my animator up to be the beta animator. And I go back to my code here. So this is my animator. I also need my move speed, which I actually already have. It's my current speed and a float. So whenever I change my current speed, or each frame basically, here I set my current speed, I have to send that speed into the animator's move speed parameter. So I do that by doing animator.setFloat move speed, and then what is it going to be? So float v here. That is my phone going off. So my move speed. And we're going to set it to current speed. Okay, so this should, as soon as I've moved, it'll transition me into the running animation, and I don't have a transition back, so I'm probably going to stay in it. But that's fine. We're just on the start of it. So when I move, so she's in the running animation now. It's not looping though, which is odd. It's in my animator. Well, we'll do this transition back and move speed is less than 0.001. Then I will transition back to idle. That is really odd. I think something's going on with my root motion. What is going on here? That's where I clicked. This is funny. I think I have to take off apply root motion or something, or check it. Okay. Why is going on here? Let's try. I think if I turn to face my position that I click, I think that should fix what's going on right now. Look at. How do I look at? What's the syntax for looking at? Transform.look at target, which is another transform. Okay. So I'm going to game object dot transform look at, and it's going to be target position dot collider. What's target position? It's hit dot point, so it's hit dot collider dot game object dot transform. Let's see if that fixes that. Nope, she just runs off into the edge of the world. I have no idea what's happening. I'm going to have to talk to my prof. 'Cause all I've done is hook up. What is going on? She now is rotating. She's now rotated. She's like, hi. Oh, even though I've frozen her rotation. Why? I'm almost certain it has something to do with this rigid body colliding with the edge of this scene. and other things. I don't really want her to collide with anything, but so I'm wondering if I can just remove the rigid body. I don't think I use it, because I'm using my move direction. I'm using move, which uses the character controller, not a rigid body, if I remember. What are you saying? Yeah. I don't really understand when to use a rigid body and when not to. So we're going to remove the rigid body. My character controller needs it, even though it doesn't use it. So I'll just take this line out. Yeah, you should usually only have one or the other on an object, unless you want. So you're either doing rigid body movement or you're doing character controller movement. Still doing a rubber banding effect, but she came back. So that's she's running past and then zipping back to where I actually clicked. So that's good. This is kind of a bug, not a feature. A feature, not a bug. You have to... Well, I don't know. Still don't know what's going on. But, we got rid of the rotation behavior. But now she can't die. Or did we get rid of the rotation behavior? We did not. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go talk to the prof on Friday quite a bit after the midterm. Whee! Rubber banding. Well, the main thing I wanted to get set up was the animations, so that's good. And then there was a jump animation, so I haven't set up jumps as a control, so that is totally fine. So I'm going to try a new one from a blend tree. We'll do this. We'll call it running blend tree. So then we double click on it and it's a one-dimensional, and we add a motion field that goes to running. And we're going to do that when where's that option to unlock the threshold? Here, base layer. Isn't there normally an option to think I want to add. Oh, there it is. Need more than one. So it's also going to be running, but it's going to be faster. Okay, so we're going to manually choose these thresholds. So this is when am I going to transition to running. And then I'm going to need another one for idle. Happy idle. Okay, so when it's at 0, no, don't click that by accident. I'll move this one up. So when I'm at 0, I want to be in idle. This is using move speed, right? When I get to 0.004, I'm going to transition to, why is that only 1? Running at a speed of 1 on the animation, and then when I get to 2, I'm going to go to speed of 2. And that should be it, I think. And if I go back to my base layer, and I'm going to use and to kill these, or what is it? You can turn it off. Beautiful flying motion. No. There we go. I don't know if this works, but so I have to figure out why it's not looping. Probably because it's not set to loop in here. No. Loop. And loop. And loop. It's just you, Pavin. Just me and you. New speed boost ability. I have no idea why she's zipping back and rotating forward. But that animation's working much better now. Confused. So I'm not great with animations, but I got my blend trees working. That was my goal for today. So essentially, I'm pretty happy where I am. Not my best episode, and I still have lots to work out kink-wise here. But hopefully we get these character animations working soon, and then I will add some enemy animations, some enemy AI, and eventually get to the HUD. So I will bid everyone slash Pavin adieu, and we will see you guys on Thursday, and I hope I get some time to look at stuff before I start streaming, because I feel really bad about this episode. So but I'll throw this up on YouTube anyway, because I am, I don't want to interrupt anybody's flow if they end up watching this in a year or so. So yeah, thanks for watching, and